Hi everyone, it's Suzanne Tucker with Generation Mindful with your Feelings Friday number 25. And today we are joined by our sweet little Dolphin. And Dolphin has a little message for us today. Dolphin says, to calm my body, I breathe deep, gentle breaths and pretend to blow out a candle. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to put everything down for just a minute, stop our multitasking, and close our eyes and breathe in to calm my body. Breathing out, I breathe deep, gentle breaths and pretend to blow out a candle. Breathing in to calm my body, I breathe deep and then breathing out, gentle breaths and pretend to blow out a candle. All right. Well, it's a natural. We need to actually start by doing that. So let's all do that. Pretend you have a candle. Eat your birthday cake. Deep, gentle breaths and pretend to blow out a candle. Let's talk about this. I usually like to talk about reality versus illusion and then how to pull this into our lives. So obviously this little guy, little Dolphin, is giving us a form of relaxation or breathing strategy that is awesome for dealing with a dysregulation or overwhelm, right? Or emotions. When we're in high emotions and we want to calm the body, we can turn to our breath. So we can breathe in, we can breathe out like we're blowing out a birthday candle. What makes that powerful is not that we force a child to do it in a moment where they're freaking out, but that we practice it with them when they're not. And same for ourselves. It's access to that pause button, and we're not going to even think about blowing out a candle when we're upset if we haven't practiced it. One of my favorite stories that I've heard this month was a mom who wrote to me and said she taught her child that what I just taught you, but sometimes I teach it with a straw, and she had taught him using a straw. So when you blow out with a straw, it's really hard to go right too much because the straw kind of regulates your breath. So she taught her 3-year-old how to breathe with a straw when he's upset. And she was upset, freaking out about work, something totally unrelated to him. He came over and said, Mommy, do you need to go to your calming corner? And she cried because she was so overwhelmed in that moment. She hugged him. She said, yes, I do. And he got 3 straws, and one for her, one for him, and one for their stuffed animal. Okay? And they all went over there and did their breathing. Do we think that we're going to do this when we're right where that mama was if we don't do it when we're not in that place? No, we will not. I can tell you from someone who's been there. The reality versus illusionment that I wanted to go into today, though, has to do with something a little different. There's a lot of talk these days about resilience. You've been hearing it, right? You've probably been hearing it from me, right? We talk about the nervous system. We talk about regulating the nervous system. And what hit me this morning was the idea that sometimes the environment needs to change. Sometimes it's not about, am I resilient enough to be with this? Sometimes the stress and the dysregulation is a sign to wake us up to actually shift what's happening in the environment. So I want you out there, if you're listening, to think about your life right now. Think about a reoccurring moment of stress in your family life specifically, right? Deep breath in, deep breath out, let that come to you. What comes to me is when, oh, this is old, but when my first and my second daughters were sharing a bedroom, and my first was going to kindergarten, my second was in preschool, I used to sneak in there to wake up my kindergartner every morning without trying to wake up my preschooler. You can imagine how that went. And like to wake her up and keep her quiet and get her out of there and then get her dressed and not wake up her sister. And I think about all the hoops I jumped through and how kind of stressful of a way is that to wake up every morning with your mom, like, shh, like right from the start, like, let's creep out of here and not wake up her sister. And I just want to go back and shift my rituals and like wake them both up and start our day. And, you know, I know there's practical limitations to our lives. But I can tell you that was a big stressor. And I finally dawned on me maybe a half year in that this wasn't working, and I did change it. But I think about all the stress that my kids went through and I went through, forcing, right? So at times it's not about regulating and being resilient and doing whatever it takes to keep that one kid asleep while you wake up the other one. Sometimes you just got to shift. You got to change the environment. Okay, so I just wanted to share that. No regrets. We are not perfect. I did so many things that I would shift now, but I love myself. I love what I did then because I did the best I could with the tools I had in the moment. And as we do this work, we're always going to be growing in self-awareness. So we're going to have those thoughts like, hey, you know what? Maybe this, but we're not going to beat ourselves up. We're going to love ourselves. We're going to, right? And lots of this, and then know that our point of power is today. All right, so I want you to reflect on where could you alter the environment so that there's less stress for you and your family, not just be resilient all the time. All right, so I hope you're loving your peacemakers. Know that our rituals are where the stress comes from or the stress goes away. So that I don't come by ritual easy, and that's actually why I made these little peacemaker guys. And for you out there, look to your rituals, because those are the things you're doing every day, and it's the easiest way to shift the stress. Hi, Andrea. Love your little love heart eyes. Hi, Becky. Thank you for being here every Friday. It's just so awesome to be with you. I was thinking of you as I was making my bed this morning, Miss Becky. I love you so much. And everyone out there watching this later, I hope you are enjoying your Feelings Friday. I'm going to leave you with something you could share with your children, and that is just mindful movement. So just go ahead and take a deep breath in and bring your hands up. And breathe out. And let them come down. Breathing in as they go up. Breathing out as they go down. That is it. Have some fun with some mindful movement. Maybe you do it before bedtime. It really does shift the space and create so much peace and joy and connection. Bye, everybody. Have a great Friday, great weekend.